Okay, so now this is the whole point of connecting with ourselves is when we connect with ourselves, we create a welcoming space for ourselves and for others, right? Only when we are grounded, when we are calm, when we are collected, we can offer a space which is same for our children. If we are all agitated, irritated, we can't offer anything use, right? So that's the whole purpose of coming and connecting with ourselves. So why does this matter, right? Why do we have to do this? Now we know most of the time we see our children, when we see our children or look at their behavior, if they're, especially if they're acting up, what's our first response? How do we generally react? We don't respond. We usually react, correct? We'll say, why are you doing this? What's going on? Correct? But we don't, we have to come to a place where we see that they feel deeply. Okay, and they are still learning to express how they feel. So we need to bring that understanding within ourselves that even though they are young, they are children, they're teenagers, but they also need to express their feelings. They also need to let out that emotion. And when they don't have a right way to get out of how to express, they don't know how to express, and they don't get a way to express productively, they act out. Correct? So we have to be there for them, creating this space and understand they also feel safely and they need to express as well. Correct? So we are there, this space, what we are going to go through, few things is how we can be there for them, supporting them and be there for them emotionally. Next thing, so when children do act up, so what is it that we generally do? Like I just explained a little bit about it. So what do you think when, if say for example, your daughter, your child, or anybody in your relationship, a young child is acting up, how do you respond to them? What do you say to them? First thing that comes to you, especially if you're busy doing something. Anybody? Anger, scold, yes. Leave me alone, yes. So yeah, when we are frustrated, we are not in any frame of mind to tell them that okay, of mind to provide any support. We start fixing things for them. We start telling them, do this, do that, why are you doing this, you don't have to do this way. We start telling them, off, we scold them, right? But thing is, they don't need us to tell them anything to do at that moment, because they are trying to express, they are trying to tell us something. So what we need to do is look at why they are acting that way in that moment, right? We need to be there to listen to them and let them express their feelings. Instead of telling them how to do something, let them be. Because maybe all they need at the moment is just to be seen, that yes, they're paying attention to me. Yes, I'm being loved right now. Yes, somebody's present for me, right? I'm not feeling alone. Sometimes, most of the time, actually, the children, when they act up, is when they feel either left out or they're not getting your parents' attention, they're feeling lonely, they're feeling scared. That's when they'll start acting up. So instead of scolding, we need to be there for them. We need to create that space where they can express their feelings openly without feeling scared, right? So our emotional support is that we watch, okay, my child is going through this right now. We honor their feelings, right? And we let them be. So, like we said, these are their general behaviors. These are the emotional behaviors when they act out, especially in young children. They will throw tantrums. They'll get very angry. They'll throw things, they'll hit, they'll kick, they'll scream. With teens, most of the times they'll start withdrawing. See, as we see our children, as they start growing and the hormones kick in, instead of maybe expressing in anger, kicking tantrums, they will withdraw, they'll go quiet, they'll create a distance between from us parents, or they'll start to question everything we tell them. They'll start rebelling, they don't want to listen, they'll challenge everything we are telling them, right? But what they need is safety, and they need that permission from us, that validation that yes, I'm safe and somebody is there for me right now, right? If I'm feeling down or angry or whatever emotion I'm going through, I can express it because nobody's judging me. I'm here and I'm still loved no matter the mess I'm creating. Correct? What's the best thing when that's going on we can do? We take a pause. instead of just going in with an attack. Because as a parent sometimes, or even adult, when we're looking after children, we tend to start reacting. We, instead of them mirroring us, we start mirroring their actions, their emotions, we start reacting to everything they do. Why the hell are you doing this? Why are you making so much noise? Why are you throwing tantrums? Why can't you just eat your food? So many things. As mothers, we have done that. I'm guilty of that too, right? But that's the time when we need to just step back, take a pause, and not do anything, right? So again, I'd like you to just close your eyes and remember a moment when you felt you were heard, you were seen, your feelings were respected. Think of that one moment. I'm asking, have you ever felt that you were seen, you were heard? Somebody was there to support you without judging you, and they allowed you to express your feelings without judging you. Correct. So, how was that moment for you in comparison to other moments when you didn't? Havishka, yes. Manvi, yes. Moini, yes. Sanrachana, yes. Bhama, yes. So, anybody would like to share your feeling, how you felt? Bhama, Manvi,
Yeah,
Rumi.
when I just remember that, I feel I'm just in a safe space.
Correct.
I've been loved,
Yes.
and is always somebody is there to protect me, guide me, and support me.
That's exactly what our children need, and that's exactly what our children want. So during those moments, we need to be present and aware that that's all our children are asking for: our presence, us being there, us trying to not fix, okay, you got this, let me tell you what you're doing is wrong or right. No, just hear them out without telling them what to do in that moment. I'm not, see, when we're talking about here, we are not talking about that anything they do we should not advise, we should not tell them what to do. But I'm talking specifically when they are dealing with certain emotions, when these emotions are coming out, whether they're frustrated, they're angry, you feel your child is getting withdrawn, they don't want to talk about things, they might be thinking something going on in their mind, but they're not opening up. Why they don't open up? Because they have, maybe they don't feel comfortable, maybe they're feeling like, oh, I might look like a fool, or maybe, they'll get angry if I say something, right? So out of fear of judgment, they don't open up. So we come to, so we have to be curious, not critical. As a parent, we need to understand what's going on behind these emotions and not criticize them for feeling those emotions, right? We have to respond and not react to them. And we need to reflect. Okay. Now, see, we say actions speak louder than words, correct? We've all heard that. But I believe words are as and more important when it comes to emotions. Words can heal. It's like, there's also another saying where somebody hit you or they cut you, right? The wound heals faster. But somebody says something nasty to you, it stays in your heart deep down for a very, very long time. So our words have that much power. Right. So when we are using certain words with our children as well, we have to be very conscious how we talk to them, what kind of language we use, what kind of vocabulary we use with them. So we need to tell them constantly, especially when they're going through their emotional down or whatever emotional things they go. Even youngest children, we need to show them, look, I'm here. Right. So you're working, you have a child toddler and he's playing, he's acting up. What's the feeling? He's just throwing things, making a lot of noise. What do you think the child wants? Anybody?
Attention.
Attention, right? So what we have to do is just pause for a second, attend to that child, give that little attention and that space, and you see within 5 minutes they'll go back to the playing, right? But in that particular moment they needed you, right? So you need to tell them, I see you, yeah, I'm here for you, basically, right? So, and if so your uh, child comes to you feeling very angry, frustrated, talk back, is going on, they don't want to listen, they're angry for no reason, you don't know what they're doing, what's happened, but they're just showing this anger, they've come back from school and they're just throwing tantrums. What's going on? You'd say, what the hell, you come and you're making mess, you're throwing your shoes around and you're not listening, right? You're not putting your bag properly. But instead we say, what's happened? Why are you doing this today? Right? The tone makes a difference. The questioning makes a difference. It's okay. Are you upset? It's all right. Right? So you're validating the feeling as well. It's okay if you're feeling upset today. No problem. Right? All this, what we are doing, we are creating this space where our children are confident and they feel comfortable enough to come to us. Yes, parenting, Vipin says, parenting comes from a long background of being parented. All must agree. That's right. But this is where we can make a difference. Because when we are dealing with the children, we don't repeat those patterns that are done to us. We make a difference. We can make a change, right? So now, so there are a lot of tools that we can use to create this opening, a communication opening with our children, right? So children, we want them to express ourselves, especially if they are withdrawing, they're not talking, even young children. So this is one of my favorite things to do. So I believe tarot is more than just doing predictions. Tarot is more than just, mystical thing. It's a wonderful tool and it can be used in so many different ways. So this connects so well when we work with our emotions, right? So today I will take this as in a very simple way, how to use tarot with children, right? We won't get too deep into this, but how we use. You just heard, okay, so this is a tarot. This is how, so I don't know if you can see the pictures. So they're all different pictures and they come in very, it's not one type, you get so many different types of tarot decks, right? So these are very intuition friendly, visual and emotional. And for young children, it's exciting because they get excited about these things, right? You tell them, so you just show them a deck and we'll see how to work with this. How we use this is it opens up stories. We can create stories, right? So stories open our hearts, right? When we are telling a story, we become immersed in that. It opens our hearts, correct? And what does open hearts do? They heal, right? So just keeping it simple, that's exactly what it does with children as well. Now, so let's do this. So I'm gonna oh, hold on. Okay, so now you don't, when it comes to using it with children, you don't need to be an expert. Okay, you don't need to know each and every card, what it means, nothing. You just need to listen. You don't have to do anything because this is a tool. When we're working with children, you have to remember we are using it as a tool for them to express. It's for them to open up. It's not for us to understand what is the card saying for my child. It's for the child to understand and explain how they feel when they look at that card. Correct? So we can use it. We can do it as open in the morning, take one card out. So we can just open the spread, say, okay, pull one card, right? That's a morning check-in. Let's see how your day is going to be. Or let's see what's in the cards for you today. Feeling reflection. Let's see how you're feeling. What's it's telling about your mood? How do you feel? So we can ask them to pull 3 cards, 4 cards, 5. It doesn't matter. I'm saying 3 cards. So you pull out few cards and say, lay them down and see what you see. Tell what you see. What's the story they're telling? Let them express their version because what they say is going to come from the emotion they are feeling. You have to listen. You have to interpret their emotion, not the cards, right? And then ask them to write about it. This is for teenagers. It's a beautiful thing. They pull a card, they see how they feel, ask them to write. Now, look at this card and you express one feeling. As soon as you see this, what is the one thing you feel or what you see? Happy, happiness, freedom, happy, freedom, brightness, happy, brightness, brightness. So, based on all this, now can you relate this to an emotion? Happy, happiness, freedom, happy, freedom, brightness. Happy. Excellent. So now you see, you don't know anything about these cards, right? Some of you don't even know what tarot is. But did you see how it brought that certain emotion, right? You can feel that little emotion. That's how it works with children. So in the most amazing way, this can be used for our children to express how they're feeling. They will pull a card, they will see things in their own way. Like let's take example of our middle card. A lot of you thought it's someone sitting. I'm just going little deeper into this card, what it actually means. So so you have an understanding how we work with children instead of looking at what exactly the card means, right? So we are here, we are using tarot as a tool for them to open up, right? For them to tell their story. So now see middle card, everybody saw it as someone who's very tired, who's very down, who's exhausted, in pain, endless pain, so many emotions that came, but they were not very happy moments, right? This is the emotion you felt looking at this card. This card tells us that we are looking in the past too much, right? Let's look towards the future. There are opportunities waiting for us. So don't lose hope. It's a hope card, actually. You have hope. You have things right there. All you have to do is change your perspective and look at that. There are two cups behind you waiting for you to pick up. Don't look at what's fallen down in front of you. You see? So there are so many interpretations and there are so many meanings. But when it comes to children, we want them to lead. We don't lead, right? And we use this as a tool to express their feelings. Now, so before we go into practical tools for support, I'll pull a card. In tarot, what's fallen has come out. So you see, can you see this card? Okay. So this is Five of Wands. So what do you see? First, I want to hear, those of you who don't know about tarot, what is the first thing that you get? What you understand from this picture? Excited. Can we try? Yes. Shining. Yes, we will. Conflict. Okay. Here. Is this clear?
You see the card and tell what you feel with the card.
Ancient civilization.
Tell. The auntie didn't hear you.
Ancient civilization or
Ancient civilization.
Oh, isn't that amazing? Wow. And what do you think
Is it
happens in
correct?
ancient civilization?
Did I even get it correct?
No,
What
you-
happens? What is happening there? What do you think is happening in ancient civilization?
Clearer?
It looks like they're trying to make swords.
They're making swords? Wonderful. Anything else?
I don't trust nothing else.
What else comes to your mind when seeing them?
Nothing else.
Nothing else? Okay. Perfect. And okay, let's see. Okay. What do you see here? What do you see here?
It looks
Here.
like a flamingo going to heaven.
Flamingo going to heaven. Ah, nice. Okay, cool. Thank you. Oh, that was so good, so amazing. So see, we saw the perception of this child. Now, what did he see? He saw somebody is doing something productive. He saw somebody's making, in his mind, they're doing something, making soaps. In his mind, something, because this is so beautiful, he just sees somebody going towards the heaven, right? So that's his perception. What does that tell us about his feelings? What do you think? What does it tell you about his feelings? Or what's going on in his mind?
Maybe he's very positive. His mind is very fresh because he's a young soul and all that. He doesn't have any negative part in his life. So everything he take it is in a good sense. He see it in a good way.
Correct. So he's taken these in a very, very positive way, with a very open mind, right? So now I'll tell you, see, this shows us there's certain conflict between ourselves in our minds. But see, this child didn't see it as conflict, right? He saw it something ancient. He saw something going and somebody's making something, doing productivity, right? He saw it that way. This is someone's waiting. They're waiting to take a path. They're waiting whether we should take this path or not, right? He's got choices, two choices. Shall I take that choice, or shall I take this, or shall I wait? But he saw as somebody's going and taking, path to heaven. So totally different perception. So that's exactly how we use cards with children. We're using them as a tool. See, this showed his feelings for us, right? There's a conflict, but he didn't take that. So whenever it's this child, when he looks at a conflict, he doesn't see it as a conflict. As different. So his interpretation has shown us That's how he is. He's very gentle. He will not like confrontations. He doesn't even like fights. Now, so you got a little insight into how these cards work and how we can utilize them as a tool and an opening, especially if the child is not interested in talking to you, this gets them talking. So interesting. This makes them express. It gives that pathway that opens that, gate where they can let their emotions out, right? So now there are some more other practical tools which we can offer, which show that, okay, to our children, that we are here for you. I'm listening. I'm here. Okay. They might be simple, but they have a very, very profound impact on the child's mind, their emotions, and how they interact. Feeling chart. Anybody knows about feeling chart? Have you heard about feelings chart? This usually works with younger children, toddlers, and so this, when you use them, it takes a second. When they're going through the tantrum, just show the feelings. Okay, point, because they don't even know what they're feeling, but they'll see and connect with the emotion in a picture. You can ask them, point, what you're feeling, right? Are you feeling angry? How are you feeling? You just point them in this direction, get them to point out, and play this game. Their mind changes, shifts from there to outwards, right? So it changes from meltdown to connection within 1 second, literally. So this is very important, actually. It's trying to find out what, and this is for slightly older kids, like when they're 10, even 7, 8 years old, will be able to express, tell me what's wrong. Ask them to name their feeling, right? And then don't advise them. Just be there. Especially if they're feeling sad, they say, oh, I don't want to talk to you. But they need you. They still need you. So you give that little time, even if it's 5-10 minutes, just sit there with them, spend that time, give a hug, tell them you're there if they need you, and just be present. So another thing they can do, you can ask these children, this is very useful if you have more than one child, get them drawing. Okay, especially when they're making too much commotion, going all over the place, get them to start drawing. Put how you're feeling inside, put it on the paper, give them colors, and then let them draw. Put the feelings out on the paper instead of throwing a tantrum. Okay? Get them to do some physical activity. Yeah. Because emotions are still an energy. Sometimes the excess needs to be expelled, right? So get them to move their body. They can jump, run, do small dance or dance with them, dancing. These move their body and they will calm down. Oops, sorry. Now so one most important thing that we have to understand, that when it comes to emotions, our children, when they're expressing, in no matter how they're expressing, they aren't problems for us to solve, right? So we don't need to look at them as problems, right? And presence is the gift that we give them. It's a gift for us. See, as adults also, when we are down, we make a call to a friend, or what do you guys usually do, right? For me, it's pick up the phone and call. So what's your way? The keyword, getting out of our chest, correct? And with children, that's all they need to do as well. They just need to get it out of their chest because they don't know what's going on, but they know I need to get it out. If it's not working in a good way, I'll throw tantrum and get attention, take it out that way, right? So every emotion they're throwing at us, or every act they do, we need to understand why it's happening, and just be there for them, right? And most important, when it comes to tarot, when it comes to this situation, especially with children, we are not using as prediction cards or something that'll give a solution to their behavior, or will they stop acting bad with tarot. No, it's a bridge. It's a bridge that we are using to open them up to express in a more positive, connecting way, and creating a space where they feel safe, opening up to us, right? Sharing how they're feeling in a productive manner than acting up, right? Make way for them to grow naturally to their best potential, because we don't come in their way. When we start telling them, oh, they should do this, or they should go to this school, they should take these subjects, without understanding what is child's strength, what my child is interested in, when we start telling them what to do, we are kind of hindering their own progress, right? So we are coming as a, so when the child comes to us, it comes to us for guidance. That's all. Let them make the choices. correct? And you have to make sure that we are present for your child no matter what the situation, how bad they are making their choices. You keep guiding them gently, you show them what they need to do, but never ever take a step back and say, I don't want anything to do with you. You have to be present for your child always. And we have to create this amazing space where they feel comfortable, they can come and share anything and everything to us. They don't have to feel scared, oh my god, my mom will scold me if I say this, oh my dad will get angry if I tell this. No, we have to be that open and accepting. That's when we create this environment where they flourish, right? So again, coming to, children don't need perfect parents. We don't have to be perfect as parents. We didn't have perfect parents, right? But we evolve, we grow, we do our best we can. But the most important thing, we have to be there with them with our open hearts and let go of the fear, what if this, what if that, and we have to learn to trust them as well. A lot of us, we don't trust our child, their judgment. Oh, they're young, how, what do they know? Correct? Make way for them to grow naturally to their best potential, because we don't come in their way. When we start telling them, oh, they should do this, or they should go to this school, they should take these subjects, without understanding what is child's strength, what my child is interested in, when we start telling them what to do, we are kind of hindering their own progress, right? So we are coming as a, so when the child comes to us, it comes to us for guidance. That's all. Let them make the choices, correct? And you have to make sure that we are present for your child no matter what the situation, how bad they are making their choices. You keep guiding them gently, you show them what they need to do, but never ever take a step back and say, I don't want anything to do with you. You have to be present for your child always. And we have to create this amazing space where they feel comfortable, they can come and share anything and everything to us. They don't have to feel scared, oh my god, my mom will scold me if I say this, oh my dad will get angry if I tell this. No, we have to be that open and accepting. That's when we create this environment where they flourish, right? So again, coming to, children don't need perfect parents. We don't have to be perfect as parents. We didn't have perfect parents, right? But we evolve, we grow, we do our best we can. But the most important thing, we have to be there with them with our open hearts and let go of the fear, what if this, what if that, and we have to learn to trust them as well. A lot of us, we don't trust our child, their judgment. Oh, they're young, how, what do they know? Correct? Make way for them to grow naturally to their best potential, because we don't come in their way. When we start telling them, oh, they should do this, or they should go to this school, they should take these subjects, without understanding what is child's strength, what my child is interested in, when we start telling them what to do, we are kind of hindering their own progress, right? So we are coming as a, so when the child comes to us, it comes to us for guidance. That's all. Let them make the choices, correct? And you have to make sure that we are present for your child no matter what the situation, how bad they are making their choices. You keep guiding them gently, you show them what they need to do, but never ever take a step back and say, I don't want anything to do with you. You have to be present for your child always. And we have to create this amazing space where they feel comfortable, they can come and share anything and everything to us. They don't have to feel scared, oh my god, my mom will scold me if I say this, oh my dad will get angry if I tell this. No, we have to be that open and accepting. That's when we create this environment where they flourish. This is an oracle card. So this I'm taking out for our collective, for everybody, one message from the angels. Okay. So it might resonate, it might not. If it resonates, take it, or you can leave behind. So this is the card. Can you read? I'll read the message for you. So it says, all is in perfect timing. It couldn't have been perfect timing for this card to come as well. When it comes to our children, we should understand whatever is going to happen in perfect timing in their lives too, like ours, right? So for us, the message is, this is it. It's time to take action now. So if anybody is thinking of doing something, a new project, starting something new, it's a message for you directly. It's your time to take action now. I will be here to help you every step of the way. So with the blessings from the divine, it's a message for you to start your new venture. You might be thinking of writing something, anything, any project on your mind. It's a great time for you to start. So thank you all for being here.